Well, after the game, both Kawhi Leonard and head coach Tyronn Lue had their thoughts on what's going on with the Clippers as they now lose their sixth in a row. Kawhi said, I think it's still good when speaking on the chemistry. He said, guys are still being positive. This is the spot where you see if you're really going to enjoy the game. And if we are a team, seeing if we can dig out this hole. And, you know, it is fun. It's a good challenge for us. I think we did a good job in this game. Like I said, our pace was a little quicker off the misses. And even when they made the basket, just getting the ball up, it translated us having more pace on the defensive end. I think we did a good job. Tyronn Lue added this. Tonight we had a conscious effort of playing the right way, and so I could live with the results. And so we got to keep working. Nobody's going to feel sorry for us, but I'm encouraged. I got to keep going to the drawing board every night, trying to make us better, continue to try to make sure we are doing the right things on both sides of the basketball and make sure our guys are positive. Tonight was a positive night for me. Even though we lost the game, we talked about that all season. Like, you could lose some games and play really bad basketball. So Tyronn Lue and Kawhi Leonard had no problems with the efforts against the Atlanta Hawks. And I get that. That game went down to the final possession. I hear you. Well, I watched a couple other basketball games of the Clippers as of late against the Denver Nuggets a week ago. And then I saw a game last Friday night against the Minnesota Timberwolves in which that effort was egregious and you had no Kawhi Leonard and Paul George once again. So if you did like the effort against the Atlanta Hawks, okay. But what I saw against Minnesota has been more of the storyline of this team this year. They are just waiting and waiting and waiting to the playoffs, and they're just praying that they're able to turn it on. And I don't think that's going to happen. Now, I could be wrong. These are hoopers. Maybe they know something that me being a non-hooper, I don't know. I have no inkling, though, and nothing to rely on that tells me the Clippers are going to turn it on. They're about to find themselves in the play-in tournament if they don't start winning basketball games. And I'm going to tell y'all something else. You know, Tyronn Lue is a coach that I really wasn't a fan of him when he was in Cleveland with LeBron and Kyrie and Kevin Love. I wasn't the biggest fan. I think oftentimes I thought that team played a pretty basic, generic, rely on Bron type of basketball, rely on Kyrie bailout shot type of basketball, to be honest with you. But he won. He won a championship and got to the finals multiple times, so give the brother credit. I've really liked the job that Tyronn Lue has done with the Clippers. It's not his fault that Kawhi Leonard got injured 2021. You know, to be fair to him, it's not his fault that Kawhi Leonard got hurt in the middle of their run against the Utah Jazz. But the reality is Tyronn Lue has looked, to me, a better coach when Kawhi is for sure down and Paul George is in and out of the lineup. You heard me correctly. When you remove expectations from Tyronn Lue, he is a phenomenal head coach in this league. The moment you add expectation, the moment you bring around players that should win 50, 55 games a year with their potential and their abilities, that's when I quit on Ty Lue. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised after this year if he loses his job over it. I don't want that, but I'm just being honest. I watched that game against the Minnesota Timberwolves in Minnesota a few days ago, and I've seen this like several times this year, and nobody speaks about it because the Clippers are not a heavily covered team. Ty Lue pulls his starters quicker than any other coach in the league. Him and Chauncey Billups, they do it. If they not feeling it a couple minutes into that third quarter, if their team's down double digits, he'll pull them. Ivica Zubac, I believe, didn't play much of the second half against the Timberwolves. Marcus Morris came out early in that second half as well. He will pull his guys. And I think that's translating over. The same guy that pulls his starters out when his team's not playing well, to me, is the same guy that's over-resting Kawhi and Paul George. They're over-resting now. I think the part of the load management thing that San Antonio did so well in their heyday was you win 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 7 games, which just allows you to take a night off. If you're not winning games, you don't have time to waste. They're not a top 2, top 3 seed out west. They're going to be right there in the thick of things in the play-in tournament the way they're playing right now. He's overly resting him. I'm telling you guys, I'm watching this Minnesota Timberwolves game, and I'm thinking, I get it now. The guy that's sitting his starters out a couple minutes into the third quarter, Ivica Zubac, you're resting Ivica Zubac? What the hell? He even got to get low managed? You're resting Zubac a couple minutes into the third quarter? That's the same guy before games asking Kawhi how he feels. Kawhi saying, I'm okay. Just sit it out. And you're losing these games, which is when you go against the Atlanta Hawks, you're seeing their best effort, but it doesn't manifest into nothing because the team doesn't play enough together. There's no way for them to gel because they're literally figuring it out on the court. They don't practice, reportedly, at the top of their roster consistently, and they barely play in games together. How in the hell can you not practice and not play a lot of games together? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't see it with the Clippers, and I'm not so sure if I see it in this iteration of the Clippers. They need a regime change, meaning they need a coach that's going to say, Kawhi, I need you 90% of the season versus 65% of the year. Like, we pay you a lot of money to play basketball. Paul George, I need you 95% of the season versus 75%. Like, y'all get in the bag. And y'all don't really put butts in seats like LeBron or Kevin Durant do or Steph Curry. Like, y'all not that. Like, y'all great players, but y'all not box office, though. So y'all not filling out arenas. And then people who still come to the games, half the time y'all not there. We not winning. What is this? Why would I want to invest in that?